Happy Saturday, everyone. It is actually 8:15 and everybody is asleep. It's so weird, even no one is still sleeping. He was awake during the night a few times. I think he's just scared of being sick, and every time he feels like he has phlegm, he just panics and cries and thinks he's gonna be sick, and his auntie just needs to cough, but he freaks out. So managed to calm him down a few times. He went back to sleep straight away every time. This little guy was up at some point, but yeah, at least Owen is catching up on sleep, which is brilliant. He was up in bed later last night, about 9:30 instead of 7:30, but usually even if he goes to bed late, he still wakes up at the same time, so I'm glad he is sleeping in. And my sister and her friend are still sleeping, and so is James. Owen has his dance class at 10, but I'm waiting to see how he is. During the day yesterday he was a bit better than at night. His temperature went up a wee bit again, and then it went down again. So I think he's trying to shift the whole thing, but it's not completely, well, last night it wasn't completely yet. So we'll see today how he does. We're gonna go today, after his dance class, we're gonna do an Irish breakfast. So I will film that. I really need to remember to film, because yesterday I got into chatting and everything and I completely forgot to film. Which is okay. I mean, I wouldn't have filmed everything anyway. And then in the afternoon we're going for a big walk in the National Trust place, so I will definitely be filming and taking pictures of this. Good morning.
Oh, ouch. The three amigos.
We are gonna go and pick Owen up at the dance class. It's about 25 to 11 now, and Manon is coming with us. And James is trying to get Alfie to sleep. Baby! Cuckoo! Cuckoo, baby! Cuckoo! About to have an oyster fry with, I don't know if the exactly everything. We don't have the black pudding, but we have beans, soda farce, potato farce, white pudding, bacon, sausages and egg.
sing a very long time and called the volcanoes.
It's a good throat lozenge for you.
You're gonna help me?
Do you want me to help you?
Actually, why don't you do something? I'm gonna sing with you.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
You start.
A long, long time ago, there was a volcano.
Living all alone in the
little sea.
He's he's sat high above his watching.
I should listen to this. A very easy song. Because this one is a recipe.
Can you sing the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star song?
But not right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna cook it.
We are doing a crepe party, which is basically this little machine makes, well, we can cook the crepes on them, and then we have loads of different fillings, and we're just making sound. So we're almost at the end now, and we're watching a French movie, and Eoghan is not feeling too well. This is what Eoghan did with some of the stuff he got in the park. I don't know if you can see there, there's some purple glitter on top of that. I really like this. There's some engraved things in it. And then I basically gave him his craft box, which is still sitting there, and let him free to do whatever he wanted, and this is what he came up with. This one is kind of a mix of things. On this one he only did this, there's a bit of glitter, and I asked him why did he not put in anything over there, and he said because there wouldn't be enough room left otherwise. So it's now 10 past midnight, and Eoghan is just back in bed after being up several times, including some throwing up. He's just full of phlegm basically, and he freaks out because he thinks he's going to be sick and just needs to cough. Well, up to the, so he just keeps everything down and stops himself from coughing or throwing up when he should, to the point that at some point it just has to come out. Sorry for the gross details, but I can't think of another way to explain it. So he was just very upset, but he's fine, and we had a massive breakthrough with him. He ate crepes for the first time at 11:30 at night after throwing up. I know it doesn't make sense to give him crepes after he throws up, but he had very little food today, so any food was good. He's never agreed to eat any crepes, especially not when there's Nutella on it and he has to put his finger in the Nutella, and he did. And the trick to it was to cut them into the exact shape he wanted, which is always the case with his sandwiches, but that made him go past touching the Nutella, which he would never do usually, so it's very strange. Anyway, just a quick summary of today, because I don't really know what I have left from all the footage I took. We were going to go to a National Trust park kind of place, and whenever we left we realized that it was closing at 5, and it was already 3:30, and it was going to take at least half an hour to get there, so it would just not leave enough time. So we decided to go to a park closer to our house that was closing a bit later, so we had more time there. That's the footage you have seen, and it's actually a park that's about 10 minutes from my house, and I've never been to before when I've been here for 4 years, so it's a bit silly, but now I know it's there. I will probably go back. Tomorrow we are gonna go to something called the, I'll just sit for a minute to talk to you. It's called the Ulster American Folk Park Museum, and basically what it is houses that were rebuilt using the original, I don't know how to explain that, hold on. As you may know probably, there were some people living in Ireland, in Northern Ireland, and then there was the potato famine, and they moved to America. So the way it goes is that you walk through the museum, which is outside. It's like a village almost kind of place. So first you discover the houses of the people when they were living there before the famine, and the houses actually are houses that used to be in Northern Ireland. They have just taken them apart where they were and moved them to the museum. And then you go through a part where you are supposed to migrate to the United States, so you're in the boat and all that, and then you move to the other part of the museum, which is in America, where the people who have moved settled. And then you have new houses that have actually been moved from America over to here. Most of them are log cabin kind of things, so they have numbered the beams and they've moved them across. Well, so it's very nice. And usually at the weekend there are people dressed in costumes, like actors playing the part of some of the people on that used to live there, so that's quite interesting. I've been there twice and I think it's quite a nice place. The park is set in, is really nice, but we're going to probably bring our buggy board with us because I don't think it takes about 2.5 hours to walk around the whole place, and I think Eoghan's probably going to be wrecked, so it's going to be better if we have the buggy and the buggy board so he can stand on it if he gets too tired and doesn't have to walk the whole time, because doing it with a cranky child is not the best thing. If it did happen to rain a lot, which is not forecasted but we never know, if that did happen we will go to Belfast to the Titanic Museum, so either way we're going to do something fun. But fingers crossed we can do it to the Ulster American Folk Park, because it's quite a good one really. I've just put the dishwasher on, cleaned the living room, the kitchen, and set the uniforms out on hangers to dry and my tumble dryer on. So then tomorrow in the morning everything will be ready to go. We're going to leave about 10 AM. It takes about an hour to get there. And yeah, so at least I don't have as much to do in the morning. So there's the pile of crepes that I've made with all the batter that was left. They will be for breakfast tomorrow. And yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now. It's already quite late, and I hope you had a really good day, and I will see you tomorrow for another vlog. Bye.